Hey, good morning, it's me. Kai, I'm back, I'm still alive. Here again, just talking to myself with some guitar strings that need changing, bit of upkeep. You can hear it here, I hope so. Doing well, this one isn't that bad. No snap strings or anything, but it's wearing out. And, it's going out of tune. Listen to that. Woohoo! That whammy bar coming out of its socket, twisting it around, making some very nice aging metal on metal noises, which is just what we like to hear first thing in the morning. It's not first thing in the morning for me, or you probably. So we'll keep down on that. First thing, of course, we got to tune it down so it's easier to cut the strings off. Get them all down so that they don't surprise us when we cut them off. Sounding good. That's it, get them on out. Excellent. On this particular guitar, all the strings on the head are on the same side, so I don't have to think about it like last time about which direction to go. 3 p.m. on Friday for you. For me, it is 9 a.m. Saturday. So I'm sitting here in the future, and like I've said a few times, if anything happens, I'll let you know. I'll warn you in time. There we go, getting it all. Isn't that a nice sound? Getting it all tuned down so that we can cut the strings and get them changed. Well, first we'll need to polish it, keep it nice and shiny. There we go. Sounds good. So there they are in the drawer. Get out a screwdriver as well. I think some of the strap screws need tightening again. Always good to have those tight. You never want things to come flying off while you're playing. That's just no fun. Dropping all your stuff while you're in the middle of something. Alright, cutting the strings off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That one really didn't make a fuss. 5, and there we go. Keep these apart. Make a nice little rubbish pile for ourselves. Thread these through the top. We've got the locking nut again, which helps us stay in tune, but we've got to run the strings through that so that they can come out. There's not a lot to watch in this particular video because, firstly, I don't quite know how hand cam streams work just yet, but I'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure. So this is more of a listening than a watching thing, so please just throw me in some other tab and do what you were already doing. Getting those strings off, got to unwind them at the top. Oh boy. This one doesn't want to come out. And then I don't want to touch it with my hands because they're real sharp up the top when you cut them. There we go. Number of times I pricked myself. Not a nice feeling. There we go. And that one came straight off. Fantastic. So, the guitar is bare now. So now we'll polish it up good and proper. Make sure that it is shiny and new. Always good to give it a clean. When we're changing things out, well, hopefully you can hear that one. As always, just using a nice furniture polish, because you can do that. I mean, let's think about it. Guitars are pretty much made of furniture material, wood and all that. If you're ever going to do this, just make sure, of course, you don't get it on any of the strings, otherwise that'll mess them up. getting on the front there. This guitar that I'm doing today is another Greco ripoff, just like the Les Paul I did last week, because I do like them a lot. Very nice off-brand that gives you a lot of quality for not a lot of money, which is the idea, it's the goal. And that's why the big brands got upset with them, because they found out, you know, these other guys are doing the same thing, less money, and the quality is just as good. That's why a lot of them got stamped out or just bought out and made into real factories, which I think is pretty impressive. You know, you ripped someone off so well that they decided to hire you and make you the real guy. Not a bad way to do things, in my opinion. And a good way to get rid of the competition. Just put them on your team. This guitar's nice and individual, I feel. It's basically like a, I don't know if this is the exact name, the Jackson like Dinky. Basically the Super Strat rip-off. And it's individual to me. I know a few guitars that have had this. But instead of having like a 3 or 5-way switch, for the pickups it's got just 3 little knobs as well. I'll put them near the camera so you can hear me clicking them. Beautiful. And yeah, they pretty much turn the pickups on the guitar, which is, you know, what picks up the noise from the string and sends it through the amp to make cool sounds. It pretty much just turns them all from on to off, which is different from them always being on, but having the guitar or the switch let you decide which one you're hearing at the time. So you can have them all on, you can have them all off, you can have a mix. It's all up to you. So that's always fun. That's looking good, but we're not quite done yet with the cleaning and polishing. Got to get the head as well. So one more little bit from the furniture polish on there. We are on, we are in. Cleaning that. That's it. As we said last time, the head gets itself a lot of dust because it's the part that's really just sitting there while the rest can be a little bit more covered up. Good stuff. Oh, a lot of chipped wood in this guitar. It's quite old and beat up, but I bought it that way. I like that a little bit in an instrument. I like things that are a little bit beat up, used already, because it means that when I eventually beat it up, or, you know, bump it into stuff and chip it myself, I don't feel as bad, or I don't feel bad at all, you know? Hey, it was already busted up, so I don't have to feel bad about busting it. And it still sounds good. And you know, people like that look anyway. More used, road-worn style. Some people buy brand new guitars or other instruments. Oops, that's me putting it down on the desk a little too hard. Some people would buy like a brand new instrument and then just wear it out themselves to get that look instead of just buying something a little older. And that's not something I really understand. You know, why beat up something nice when older and more beat up things are right there waiting for you for less? So certainly a choice that people would make. All right, I think that's enough of the cleaning and polishing. I think it looks pretty good. So you might as well start getting the strings out and on. First up though, get that wearing bar back in, bring it up a little bit, bring the fine tuners down on this end back up to as high as they can go, so that we can use them later to tune up the strings if they ever come out and become a little less easy to use. So it's always nice to reset them, put them back to the top to give them the most use, the most life out before having to redo everything. The less work we have to do, the better. That's always the idea. So get that back out, get the strings open, and we'll see what we can do. Well, I know what we can do. This isn't a will it happen, won't it happen sort of thing. Pretty much a guarantee, but we'll just have a good time doing it. Alright, who's who? Always got to look at the guide. I can't remember which string is which. They are color coded. So we have to make sure they go on right. Bottom one, the black string. Little balls at the bottom are nice and colored, so I know which one is which. Stick that on in there. Get that in, lock that in, fantastic. Exactly the same setup as last time. In and through. Which one is this? I believe it goes through here. Slide that in. And looking good. Beautiful. Spin that around the head a couple times. Get that nice and tight. And that looks good to me. So let's get it on through. Nice, that'll do well. Pulling on through. Yeah, that looks good. Yes. Perfect. And it'll only get tighter as we tighten up the string. Let's hold on to that and we'll bring it up a bit. So it sounds pretty bad right now because it is. We just got to tighten it. See, it's already coming in. I don't know if you can hear that, but I certainly can because I'm right next to it. Sounds good. It's coming. Beautiful. You know, we don't like to do them up all the way as we're first going in. Good. We'll leave it there. Cut the top off so that we don't stab ourselves later. And that one should be looking good. Second one, the silver string, should be you. They pack these so tight in the little boxes or little cases that pretty much whenever you open up the box of strings, they'll pretty much come flying out at you. You have to stop them from ending up on the floor or something, or worse, getting tangled. One time I opened up a set and they were pretty much already tied in a knot inside, and that left a very noticeable kink in the string, which wasn't quite good for looks. Luckily, it did still play the same, so I can't complain too much. That's good. That's good. Wrap it on around and get it back through the hole. If I can find it. Here it is, we've got it. Come on through. Alright, there we go. That was a little harder than it should have been, but we got there in the end. Always the goal. Grabbing on, pulling through. Nice. Beautiful, and this will tighten up. Should hold on with the pliers as well to keep a nice good grip. Make sure nothing slips as it comes through. Nice. Good. Yeah. Always getting a little sweaty when I do this. Changing the strings still makes me nervous. Good, cut that one off. Moving on to the next. Red, okay. Number 3. Excellent. Get that through. Slide that in as well so it locks in. Beautiful. Couldn't be better. There we go, wrap it up. And bring it on through. Now where's that hole on this one? Over here. Get it on through, thread it in. And there we go. Looking good. So we'll grab that, give it a nice pull. Get the pliers out again. There we go. Tighten it up as we do. Yep. That's the stuff. See, coming along already. Easier and easier all the time. Sounds great. Exactly what we want to hear. There we go, cutting that. The blue one is next, or teal, depending on how you look at it. Looks like more of a green here. There's these higher up strings that always end up causing some trouble. Let's slot that in, yes. Nice, get that through. Getting that in. You know, I would have liked to actually use some instruments this week, but it was not to be. Would have enjoyed laying down a little bit of recording, seeing if we could have made a preview of things to come, but computers and programs had other plans, not quite interested in letting me use them the way I want them to. Here we go, get that through. Yes. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but hopefully, I don't know, the weekend's looking pretty vacant for me, which is always a nice change. So hopefully I can sit down, really nut things out, so we can all have a better time in the future. Get that in, grab it, pull, tighten the string up. Yeah, would have liked to record a little something because that's always fun. Feels good. See how all the instruments are sounding, plugged in and ready to go. Again, not in the best place to do it right now where I'm living, but we'll be moving soon, which means better things are always on the way, which is a happy thing to think about. That's why we should always be focusing on the better things that are coming, because they certainly are. Beautiful. Second last, we've got the purple string. The fifth, second highest. So we'll slot that in and work it on up. Yes. Get that through. Excellent. Get that back in there. Came on out. Would it be okay if you gave me tips for Mario RPG here? No problem. Talk about whatever, I'm listening. We're just hanging out. Okay. Nice. Getting that through. Wrapping it up. And slide that on through again. So it stays. Oh, we don't want that there. We want it a little higher up. Don't want the strings to be tangled. That'll work. Always stays in better tune if all the strings are lined up as they're being wrapped around, rather than in a nice little mishmash. There we go, tighten that up. That sounds good. Oh no, it's fine. Thank goodness. There's just a bit of loose wrapping that snapped through and tightened up again. Always a terrible feeling when you're putting on new strings and they snap as you're doing it. And you have to redo the whole thing. You have to waste 2 sets. So there we go, that one's coming through. What a sound. That's what we like to hear. Last string. Going much faster than last time, which is nice. Always a good change. There we go. Let's get it on through the nut. Thread it through, grab it on the other side. Make sure that goes back in so it hooks on. Doesn't quite want to. And here we go. That looks better. So this will be the hard one, if anything's going to be the hard one. Wrap it through, wind it up. Yes, get it nice and layered, one on top of the other, looks beautiful. And lastly, thread it on through. Hey now, don't get all tangled up now. This is proving to be a little more difficult than I wanted it to be. I did say if anything was going to give me trouble, let's try it out. Good, there we go. And perfect, pull it on through. Good, good, good. Grab that with the pliers so that it doesn't slip out of my hands. My sweaty, sweaty hands. Uh-oh. These ones are pretty thin, so even the pliers can have trouble grabbing on. There we go. Good. Get that switched on up. Bend it so that it doesn't come back out the other side, because that's no good. And then cut the last one, and we should be good to go. So now it's all about just tightening up, wearing them in so that they don't come undone, and it will be done before too long. Isn't that nice? I don't know if you can hear that. That's a beautiful sound, huh? Excellent. Twist them all up. See what we can do about the tuning. I don't feel like they're far off. But time for the real tuner to do its work. stop pretending that I can do it with my ear. So, I'll get this back lying down. That'll be easier. Woohoo, we are a bit far off. This is always the nerve-wracking part. I hate doing this. Many years of doing it, and I really don't like it at all. Almost there for the top string. There we go. Next is B. That one wasn't far. We're on A at the moment. Almost there, almost there. That'll do, because it'll come loose anyway. G. Getting there. There we go. Let's see what we can do with D. Whoop. Go, 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 almost there. Nice. A, we're a little far down. And there we go. It's a little sharp, but, and this one is just way off. There we go. And there we go. They came nice and loose while we were doing the other ones. So, now we're going to go again and keep going until everything holds nice. There we go, there's an E. We tune down a little bit here. There's B. Let's get G going. You tune down a little bit. Just gotta get those strings nice and worn in, loosen them up a little bit. Bring that up to D. Yes, A. Nice. And let's get it to E. Beautiful, let's work those strings out, pull them up a little bit, get some of the tension out. Always a little nerve-wracking, but we're doing fine. Woohoo, that's not good. It's come off its roller for the whammy bar, but we got it back. There we go, see? We can fix anything. Any mistake can be easily fixed if you believe. Nice. Getting that in. Working that out. Stretching it out. Get those strings worn in. Beautiful. Almost there. And then we'll try tuning again. Yep, slapping it through. There we go. Tune that up again, as we are known to do. This one wasn't too far off. Yes, A. And key's gone down a little bit. We're getting there, we're getting there. Man, so if you saw the first time I did this, you would have heard a little story about how I have been in bands before, you know, just shortly, doing my own thing before deciding they weren't for me, because, you know, being in a death metal band is fun at all, but not if you actually don't enjoy the music too much. So that can always cause some tension. And I mentioned, you know, getting into that band, being in that band, and eventually leaving, of course, and how I felt bad about it at first, and then due to certain circumstances, I did not feel bad anymore. But what I didn't mention at the time was how I actually got in there. And so I got in there by first finding an audition through just a local forum, looking for people of similar interest. And I went there, auditioned, and pretty much got in on the day. And what I didn't realize is that I was one of a few that was auditioning to be a guitarist in the band. But what really set me apart, they said, was that I actually learned the songs. And to me, that was crazy. Like, how can you go into something like that and pretty much not know what you're doing? Like, how can you roll up to an established band and say, how about we just get things going, you know? It's like a prerequisite. You gotta know the music if you're gonna show up. That's sounding better than ever. Is that a crack? Huh. New crack on the old guitar paint. Not an issue. Here we go, we're almost there. But yeah, I couldn't believe it, you know? Show up and I'm the only one that's learned the music. I would have thought that would be like the first thing you did to even be considered. So I spent the week before, you know, looking at their page, learning the songs pretty much by ear because that's all I had to go off. They weren't like a big band or anything, so they didn't exactly have a following or people telling you what to do, how to play the songs. You gotta learn it by ear, which is how I do a lot of things. Which has led to some trouble later when, you know, actual technical knowledge is needed and I don't really have it. So we basically make do until, fake it till you make it, I guess. That's the term. Yeah. I don't know about you, but when I go into something, I always try to prepare a little bit. So it's not completely just me on my own looking like a fool, because if you've noticed, I can do that just fine by myself. I don't need assistance in doing that sort of thing. We're getting better, we're getting closer. So now I think we can pick it up. Let's see if we can play something. We'll go one more time. Almost there. It's a bit of a time-consuming process if you want to do it right, like most things are, but back on. Had to wish your co-worker luck. Very nice. I'm pretty much just wearing the strings in, giving them a bit of a smack so that they come undone a little bit so we can tune them up. And last, because it's all fun and games to put them on, but then you got to make sure they don't come flat again. There we go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, it's not wearing out too much. We're almost done here. That's nice. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to do, I feel, very soon. Gonna have to find out exactly why the old recording programs aren't responding to me, and then learn how to fix it so that I can actually make something up. Because, you know, it's fun to post that sort of thing. That didn't sound too bad. So, thank you. We're just messing around. We're trying to hit the strings pretty hard. I mean, I'm sort of like half thinking what chords might go together to make some actual music later on. Because that's one thing, you know, I've never been super hot at, is chord progressions. I'm not exactly a talented theory musician. So, I'm reading that comment now. Check back into the shop at Moleville with the blue toad after a while. Nice. The fireworks are above the shop in a house. Beautiful. Let's try that again. So, I like the sound of that. Because that from here. Let's try that, so. And then from. Nah, it doesn't work with that top finger, that top string, so what sounds better? Let's. Which one? The B or the C? We'll have to decide. There's a lot of options. Then we can put the old whammy bar back in, because I think this is pretty much staying in tune. That's nice. There we go, things are working out. Yeah, that sounds nice and worn in, so we can take our little Allen key, we can tighten the locking nut back up, we can pretty much go one more time to make sure that it hasn't gone too sharp. And then we will see what we feel like. Ooh, let's hope that wasn't anything bad. What's the go? Let's see what happens there. Felt like something might have gotten stuck. So we'll have to check up on it. So let's see what the tuning's doing. Sometimes you got to do this, you got to really stretch it out. And that takes you a little back. Stretch that string, grab it, pull it. Yeah, make it uncomfortable, make you feel like you're gonna snap it again. See, and now we're back. Yeah. Bring that one back up a little bit. That's what the fine tuners are for. There we go. That'll be fun. That'll be another thing to figure out. That's all part of it. You play it wrong. You make some ugly noises, and you see what happens next. But then the end result is good once you figure it out. Once you get it sounding good. You just got to spend the time. I mean, people who are better than me will obviously know scales and know how the notes connect, how to work with each other. But for a bum like me, we have to just play by ear and try a few things and see what sounds nice to us. That sounds nice. Will I get that whammy bar back in? Make some very nice screeching metal noises. And I don't mean like the cool kind, I mean actual ear-grating metal on metal as this swings in. There we go. The thing about this guitar that's silly is that like the whammy bar doesn't really fit along with like the volume and all that. That's good. So we'll tighten that in. And it's even getting like low enough to attach to the strings. So there we go. We're in. We'll bring it around. Can't really get much higher than that. So. Just messing about. So now if we play like this. Are these strings? Looks like it's being pulled quite a bit. Should it be somewhere like back here maybe? We'll have to see. Whew. Now that's gone out of tune for sure. So we'll need to keep that going. Yeah, you gotta stretch them up. Do I have a favorite song to play? Not really. There's a lot of cool songs out there. And they all fit in nicely when you want to play stuff. Hope I haven't accidentally just wrecked this one a little bit. Oh, but yeah, the rollers are there, so it's not sounding amazing. Oh, it's sounding a little better. You got to stretch those strings out. Let's see how it's going. Yep. This G is going to cause me trouble down the line. That doesn't sound too hot. Alright, let's see what our issue is. Maybe the strings were a little too thick compared to what they had on before. And it might be pulling the Kayla system out of line. So maybe I'll have to look that up later, how to tighten or loosen it, because that should be sitting nice and flat, and doesn't seem to be at the moment. It's a little better, I guess. But I don't think it should be at the angle that it's at. So maybe we did a little something funky. I'll search up how to adjust that a little later, and hopefully we can fix it all up and get back to our happy best. Nice. That sounds nice. Little uncomfortable, sitting in a bit of a funky position to fit in the space that I'm in, but that's a little better. I've moved around. Yeah, it sounds alright. Things are loosening up a little, maybe. Sounds pretty normal. Can't wait for more mini golf content. Thank you very much. Who knows when that's coming? In some shape or form. Right now I'm just messing around, making sure the guitar stays in tune when we put it down, because we don't want it to all go out of whack as soon as we put it away and take our eyes off it. I know, I'm just having fun. Hopefully you are too. That was a good sound before. We should work on that. But then where does it go from there? And that's the other thing you have to ask yourself. Can't go too high. That's why we wanted the whammy bar back in. We'll see how it goes, because it wasn't doing too hot before. So let me wheel that back in and see how it's made a difference. Bit of metal on metal slapping, but we'll see how this goes. Not going too bad. Nice. We're staying in tune pretty well. Always like the nice sound of a guitar in tune. Fresh strings. Nice. Doesn't work like that. Very nice. Sometimes it's just nice to let things play. I think we're good to go. I don't think there's too much more to achieve here. I think we've done everything we've set out to do today, which is nice. The guitar sounds good. We're feeling good. I think we can consider that a success. Just another victory. And now we can all rest easy knowing it's all done. I think I'll start wrapping it up here. My view on potatoes. They're terrific. Can't live without them. But yeah, I think we'll start wrapping up. It was nice of you to join. Happy to have you. Hopefully you'll come along next time. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably at a similar time. Mornings for me on the weekend feel really nice. So hopefully we can get together again and do something good. Try and work on the music stuff. Try and figure it out. See why things are the way they are and how we can fix them and make things better for the future. Hopefully it all works out. So thanks for joining. I'll be back another time. Good to have you. Hope you had fun. I had fun. This is when I start rambling. So I'm just going to end it here. See ya. Catch ya. Bye.